Now at 5, Christopher Watts sentenced.
The man seated to my right smothered his daughters.
An emotional day as the Frederick man learned his fate, and his former in-laws had their chance to confront him.
You disgust me. They were loving and caring people.
We loved you like a son. We trusted you. Your faithful wife trusted you. Your children adored you.
The Weld County DA sharing the details of that disturbing night and a possible motive.
None of this answers the questions of why, however. If he was this happy and wanted a new start, get a divorce. You don't annihilate your family and throw them away like garbage.
And right now, Christopher Watts is in the custody of the Colorado Department of Corrections, where he will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
The judge sentencing him to 5 life sentences, which he will serve consecutively. 3 of those will be for the murders of Shanann, who is pregnant, and their 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste.
The other 2 are life sentences for charges of first-degree murder by a person of trust. Also, Watts was found guilty of tampering with the bodies following their deaths.
Denver 7 has team coverage of Watts' sentencing. We're going to start with our Thomas Hoppo. Thomas, you spoke with Shanann's family attorney. Are they at peace with this sentence?
Well, what their attorney says is that they have taken the steps towards closure. That's what today was about, at least for the criminal aspect of it. Now, in court today, there was a lot of emotions from both sides of the family, both Shanann's family and Christopher Watts' family as well. But what was very disturbing to hear were the details laid out by the DA that led to the 5 life sentences.
But God only knows what happened that night. Life will never be the same without Shanann, Bella, and Celeste and Nico.
Shanann Watts' family finally broke their silence as Christopher Watts, the man who pleaded guilty to killing his pregnant wife and 2 children, was sentenced today.
I trusted you to take care of them, not kill them.
Shanann's father,
You monster. Thought you would get away with this.
her mother,
I didn't want death for you because that's not my right.
and her brother.
What kind of person slaughters the people that love them the most?
Shanann's family attorney Michael Newman says this was all about trying to get some closure.
They want Chris to know when he goes off to prison cell for the rest of his life what he has done to his family.
And even for Chris's parents.
I may never be able to understand and accept it, but I pray for peace and healing for all of us.
There were details that was difficult to hear.
The man seated to my right smothered his daughters. Why?
Things that were extremely disturbing as to what Chris Watts actually had done to his family. That came out for the first time today, so it was very, very difficult for Frankie and Sandy.
Would you like to make a statement?
No, sir.
Watts didn't speak, but his attorney read a simple statement that said, "I'm sorry." He received 5 consecutive life sentences.
He has murdered his entire family. He's thrown everybody's lives upside down for the rest of his life. And now Chris Watts is going to sit there in a jail cell and have to contemplate that.
You're an evil monster. Thank you. Love you, Shanann, Bella, and Nico. Love you, Pop Up and Dad.
Like I said, there was a lot of emotion, and Shanann's family attorney, they said that they are actually taking steps to move forward by filing a civil lawsuit. That way, Christopher Watts can't receive any type of profit if he decides to write a book or something in that regards. But as for Christopher Watts' family, Shanann's family attorney tells me that after we did an interview with them last week, when they laid out everything that was on their mind, they were able to come to Colorado and sit down with the DA. And in that interview that we did with them last week, they were wanting Christopher to not accept the plea deal and fight for it. However, after they were able to see some of the evidence in the case that the DA gave to them, they changed their tune today and accepted his plea. Reporting live in Weld County, Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
Thomas, thank you. And the Weld County